I'm not gonna lie, it's taken me a while to fully get on board with Sunday golf bags. The first one I reviewed was like 5 years ago, and it was the Loma bag. So it was their first Sunday bag, and it was this like little tube, skinny looking thing that was kind of awkward, and I didn't necessarily love it. But with each subsequent bag they have released, and there's been a bunch over the years, I found myself liking more and more of their products. I found myself recommending more and more of their products, and each one just continues to get better and better. Which brings us to the bag I'm reviewing today, which fills a little bit of a niche in the world of golf bags that I'm surprised more brands haven't been taking advantage of. And that is with this. This is the Storm Ryder, which is their waterproof version of their Ryder golf bag. And honestly, it's pretty good. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about what I like, what I don't, help you decide if you should buy it, and I'm also gonna introduce you to a couple other niche Sunday golf bags that I think are really kind of interesting. So if you wanna learn more about Sunday, what they're all about, figure out if it's a brand you should consider investing in, well then keep watching. Today's video is for you. So first, let's start with the history of the Ryder bag. So the Ryder bag was the first full-size Sunday golf bag. They started with the Loma, then they moved up to the El Camino, which is essentially just a bigger, more full-featured Sunday bag. And then the Ryder bag was their first bag that could hold a full set of 14 clubs and be your day-in, day-out golf bag. Now, I think that bag is really solid. It's versatile, it's got a bunch of features, you can get it in all kinds of colorways. So for the like casual Gen Z market, which I feel like is who Sunday golf is really targeting, that bag is perfect. It's not overly big, it's not overly bulky, it's got a nice cooler pouch, and you can pick a style that's really gonna represent who you are and who you wanna be on the golf course. Now that it's been a couple years since the Ryder's release, we're starting to see some iterations of that bag. Last year, we saw the Ryder S Class, which was their vegan leather version of the Ryder bag. Honestly, that bag is really solid. It's starting to lean into that kind of more like luxury territory. It feels more like a baby vessel or a Sun Mountain match play. So if you've been looking for that kind of bag, but don't wanna spend that kind of money, the Ryder S Class is a great option. But now this year, they have iterated it once again with this. This is the Storm Ryder, and it's essentially just the Ryder bag, but made out of a waterproof material. And honestly, I've been really impressed by it. Right out of the box, I noticed this bag looks really good. I've taken this out to the course twice now. Both times I've had random people come up to me and say, hey, what is that? That bag looks really good. So this one only comes in one color, kind of a matte black. It uses this like durable nylon waterproof material, which is great. So I think that's one thing that a lot of people might overlook with this bag is that not only is it waterproof, but the material is extra durable. So if you're looking for a carry bag that's gonna last for a long time and not be prone to tears and rips and things like that, I think this bag is going to be an excellent option. On the flip side of that, the build quality is still not quite up to par with what you're going to see from some other brands. Don't get me wrong, it's totally solid, but the stand system feels a little bit cheaper than some other bags. This plastic top handle I feel like could be a little bit more robust. The main handle here is a nice canvas, but it's nothing super substantial. So build quality is not bad, but it definitely feels like a slightly cheaper bag than some of the most premium ones out there. Along with waterproof material, as you would expect from a waterproof bag, it has taped zippers, so it's gonna keep everything in your pockets dry. The one curious note about that though is this front pocket. Right here, this kind of main pocket, this one is not taped. So this is one of the pockets I use the most, so it's a little curious to me that that one is not taped where all the other ones are. I'm sure there's a reason for that I just don't fully understand. So it's just something to note that in your waterproof bag, there is one pocket that might be slightly less waterproof than all the rest. For one of my rounds testing this bag, it was raining a little bit, so I did get a chance to see it in inclement weather, and it handled exactly how I expected it to. The water beat it up, it kind of slipped off the bag, and none of the stuff inside got wet. Being from the Pacific Northwest, where like 8 months out of the year, a lot of my rounds do feature inclement weather, I'm surprised there aren't more bags like this. I know Jones used to have one, I don't think they do anymore. There's the Sun Mountain H2 No, which I haven't tested out yet, but I would like to. And other than that, there's not any that come to mind that are true waterproof golf bags. I'm sure there are more out there, I'm just not sure what they are. So it's been kind of cool to see Sunday Golf find some of these gaps in the market and start creating bags that cater to some of these different niche use cases. Honestly, they weren't the brand that I expected to be doing this, which makes it that much more interesting to me. Hey, quick disclaimer. You probably already know this, but if you click any of the links below, if you use my coupon code, I'll get a commission. Aside from a little bit of YouTube revenue, that's the only way I'm making money on this channel, but I really don't care whether or not you buy any of these bags or not. Honestly, my whole goal here is to help you find the right products for your needs based on my personal experiences with them. So take all that for what it's worth, but if you did get some value out of this and you do decide one of these bags is right for you, save some money, use the coupon code, everybody wins, and it allows me to keep making videos like this for you. Okay, let's get back to it. Walking and carrying this bag, it's super solid. I will say it's just slightly on the small side of a bag for what I prefer. I'm used to using the Vessel Player 5 Pro, which honestly is a big golf bag. I've recently also tested out the Luxe Stand from Vessel, which is a little bit more similar in size to the Sunday Ryder. The Vessel still to me feels slightly bigger and I like the layout a little bit better. But overall, unless you're like really packing this thing full, I think it's going to be a good size for most people. It comes in at 5.3 pounds, which is kind of middle of the road for a bag like this, and given the more durable material, I actually think that that is a pretty good weight. The strap system is perfectly acceptable. It's not necessarily my favorite dual strap system. I'd prefer if the straps were just a little bit thicker and a little bit softer, and while it's totally adjustable, it's not necessarily the most user-friendly to adjust. So again, I think the Vessel Equilibrium strap system is kind of the best in class when it comes to this. Those do a really good job of making the bag carry lighter than it is, and the Sunday bags, they're just kind of straps. They're great, they do the job, nothing really to write home about, but they're also not terrible either. One thing that Sunday has done a really good job of is just building features into the golf bag. So they've got a tea holder, they've got a Velcro pad for your glove, they have a frosty pocket for your frosted beverages, and they even have what they call a smell-proof pocket. So do with that what you will. So for what's a relatively small bag, to have all of those features, plus be waterproof, plus have a bunch of other features that I'm probably leaving out, it really represents a pretty good value and has honestly been an excellent bag and one that I've enjoyed using. At a retail price of $330, I do think that's a little on the high side, but I also think that that number is pretty much just for marketing purposes. Across the board, you can usually find it on their website for about $300, and then if you use the coupon code below, that's gonna drop another 15% off of it, which is gonna bring the bag down to $255. So at $255, I honestly think that this is an excellent value, whether you're looking for a waterproof bag or not. I think that it's got a bunch of features, it's a cool looking black color, it's waterproof. For $250-ish, like honestly, there is a lot to offer. If I were personally gonna go out and buy a Ryder bag from Sunday, I would probably go with this one. I think this material looks really nice. It's nice to have the added benefit of the waterproofness, and I think that's worth a little bit of a premium over the regular Ryder bag. While the faux leather S Class is excellent and looks great, if I were going to spend this much money on a bag like that, I would probably spend a little bit more and get one of the Vessel bags or get the Sun Mountain Match Play. Hey, still not sure which bag is right for you? Go take our 30-second quiz. You're gonna answer a few questions around what you're looking for in a golf bag, and I'm gonna give you my best recommendation on the bag that best fits your needs. You can go do that right now while you're watching the rest of this video. Okay, so before we go, I want to cover two other kind of niche Sunday golf bags that I'm not going to do dedicated videos on, but are kind of cool bags that I think are worth mentioning. So the first one is the El Camino Superlight. This is where they took their full-featured Sunday bag and used an ultra-lightweight material to make this bag as light as possible. So it comes in at 3.2 pounds, which is not the absolute lightest golf bag I've ever heard of, but it's getting pretty close. If you're down around 3 pounds, that is an extremely light golf bag. This still has great storage, and while it's only rated for like 8 to 10 clubs, for a lot of people, that's all you're going to need. And I think it's an especially good fit for older juniors or older kids that may not be playing with the full set yet, but they want an interesting bag that's not going to be too difficult to carry. The listed retail price is $250, which does feel expensive to me. Usually you can find it for $225. You can use the coupon code. That's gonna drop it down below $200. So I feel like it's a little bit of an expensive bag for what it is, but also like if you know anything about outdoor products, the lighter things get, generally the more expensive things get. So if you're looking for an excellent, super lightweight option, that's one you might want to consider. The second bag worth mentioning is their kids' recess bag. So often I feel like kids' golf bags are just like completely overlooked. I bought a set of like PGA Tour clubs for my 4-year-old that came with like 3 or 4 clubs and a pretty ugly bag, and that was fine. But I got the Sunday recess bag that came in a pink and white checker print pattern. It feels very much like a pair of Vans shoes, but when I showed it to Elliot, my daughter, she went nuts. She absolutely loves this bag. And while she's definitely on the smaller side of the size of kid that this bag is appropriate for, we've now gone out to the course 4 times. She loves carrying her bag, she loves seeing it, she loves talking about it, and it's just one of those things that has made getting out to the golf course more fun for her. So this is definitely not the cheapest kids bag out there. Retails for $165, but after all the discounts and everything, you should be able to get it for right around $125. Still a fair amount of money for a kid's bag, but seeing how much my daughter has enjoyed it, it is one that I do think is worthwhile. It also has a few different different colorways, so depending on what colors your kids are into, there's probably going to be a version that they're going to like. And right now I would say that's my best recommendation for a kid's golf bag that has some personality, is fun, is something they're going to like and be proud of, while also still doing a good job of carrying their clubs. So all that to say, I've got to give Sunday Golf some credit. They're doing a really good job. Their bags are not the most premium out there. They're not going to have the most supple and luxurious leather and all that kind of stuff, but they're making pretty reliably well-built bags that come in a bunch of different colorways and a bunch of different styles. They're going to suit all kinds of different golfers depending on what you're looking for. Their pricing structure I do think is a little annoying, where they have artificially high numbers, but then they discount it multiple times to get to the real number. But if you look at what that real number is that you're actually going to be paying, I do think in many cases you're getting a really solid value in your golf bag. So with that, those are some of my thoughts on the latest Sunday golf bags. If you want to see more of my golf bag reviews, you can go check out this video here. I've also listed the written version of my best golf bags post down below. This is going to be the most up to date. Every time I review a new golf bag that I think is worthy of being on that list, I will go and update it. So if you want to make sure you know about my current picks for the best golf bags out there, I would go check out that post. With that, my name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you got some value out of this, go subscribe, thumbs up, drop a comment, do all of those YouTube-y things, and I hope you have an excellent day. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.